Hello and welcome to Vibes, and we have myself Snoop and
Mandeep in the
yes,
house. But yeah, here we are.
in the house, not here in the flesh, but
Mm,
in the house.
In the house, yeah.
Amazing. So, what is going on? Well, it's been a while since we've last done the podcast.
Yes, we have unfortunately got a bit busy, but we're back.
Yes,
We are back now.
yes, we are back, and
And we're
we've
going
got
nowhere.
loads of updates this time round.
Yeah.
So let's get right to it, I guess. There's been so many events, so much stuff going on. As being a Microsoft fanboy, I'm going to go straight to the Microsoft event. And
Yeah.
first of all, we had the usual. We had the upgrade to the Surface Pro, to the Surface Pro 7,
Yeah.
which now finally has USB-C ports.
Which I'm happy about. I mean,
Yeah.
the other adapters, they were fiddly, but USB-C, it just works now, which is great.
Yeah, I think the last thing that had the USBs was the Surface Go, the small one that I had.
Yep.
Not much power, very useful. I'm just glad to see that's happening. We've got a new Surface Laptop 3,
Yeah.
has AMD processors in there.
Yeah.
That laptop has come leaps and bounds. More and more people are getting it.
And I do love the look of it, the aesthetics, the slickness of it, which with the whole Microsoft, with Windows 10 itself, it just works and looks so good. I think
Yeah.
it's one of the best premium devices, which definitely look good.
And then we got the new Surface Pro X, which has a mobile phone processor.
ARM,
Yeah.
which is great. I think I mean, as long as I think that's where you could say that's going to be the future, but a lot of people will still use obviously the most beefed up processors and so forth. But if you can use Windows 10 on an ARM processor, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
I mean, you'll get battery life, you'll get 5G
Exactly.
built in, you've got you got internet connectivity, all day battery life. I think the Surface Pro X is going to define the direction of laptops,
yeah.
directions of laptop CPUs. Basically, I think if we can get a mobile phone processor,
Yeah.
gives you all the power as much as a laptop.
I think the big thing is the battery life. The fact that we can get pretty much an all-day battery life. That's amazing. And then I think it could be a game changer for businesses. Definitely. The corporate culture out there could be something that they start using.
I mean, I know that there's a lot of businesses out there that do not like Surface. They are quirky.
Yeah.
You just need to make sure you set it up right.
Yeah.
Then it will be fine.
I
But
think from personal experience, I think a lot of companies are starting to use them now.
yeah,
But it's a matter of just grabbing a few, just testing them out on in the actual business themselves, and they work. They just work so well.
yes, they do. And then we have the earbuds, which was the most ugliest thing I've ever seen.
Do you know what? You say that, but I think I do. I sort of like it. I do. I like
Really?
the flatness in your ear, and I think it might rather. You get a lot of earbuds that can be bulkier inside
Yeah,
your
but
ear.
they
and
look
pointing
like
out.
they look like flying saucers in your ears.
Yeah, but I think it all comes down to it is noise cancellation and so forth. I mean, the leakage in terms of sound from your ear. If it can stop that actual disc shaped can stop it, I think it might actually work well. I wouldn't mind having a pair. and
Okay,
testing it
well,
out.
I personally thought it would have been better to improve on the over ears, which they had that did all of that, but that was a bit surprising. I didn't see that
Yeah,
one coming.
I think a lot of companies are bringing them out now. I think is right for Microsoft to have a go at least.
Yeah, and then the last big thing was their foldable, the Duo and the Neo.
Neo, yeah. So the Duo, sorry, the Neo. Firstly, it's a dual screen tablet. You could say itself,
Which folds and works as one.
which definitely works. I think that's something that people could use.
But unlike other stuff that we've seen foldable, there is a hinge in the middle,
Yeah, which
which I don't really mind, to be honest. I mean,
I think as a first gen, yes, it's good. It works well. I think in a few years we got to wait and see what we can do in terms of removing that hinge. But
Yeah.
in terms of durability and longer lasting, it will last.
yeah, I mean, we will talk about the fold later on.
Yeah.
But I think, the screen will be covered via glass. It
Yeah.
will be solid. It will work.
I mean, I like the fact that when it's closed, it just looks like a book.
Yes.
That's I
Yes.
think is a big thing. And the outside, you got no issues with any screens on the outside,
No.
cracking and so
But
forth
then it
and
can
stuff
fold
like
the
that.
other way, so you have screens on both
Yes,
sides.
yeah,
So,
yeah. That's good. That's definitely good.
so yeah, so
I
definitely
think, like I said, for
interesting.
durability and longer lasting, that's something that will last. You want to have smash screens and stuff. I mean, and iPads and so forth. Unfortunately, you can break it. The screen is always there.
But then it does mean that you'll have to get used to having one screen doing one thing, one screen
Yeah.
doing another thing.
I mean, I like the look where you can put it up and it just looks like a laptop. And
Yeah.
you've got that keyboard that you can place over the.
The one, obviously, we didn't see too much, but does it also mean you can plug in a USB-C device that allows you to just use one monitor? Because it's a full-blown,
I assume so.
because
I mean,
it's a full-blown machine, I think you will have the foldability, and then you can then plug in
yeah,
an external monitor if you want to use one big screen.
exactly.
I think they've covered all angles. I'm really excited for it. It's not going to come out until end of next year, but I'm definitely picking one up.
Yeah. I mean, again, coming back to the business side of things, if
Yeah.
this really works well, you can have this slick looking, slim, small laptop, you could say,
Yeah.
which people can take away, use the screens, but then just plug it into a monitor, close the lid, and you've got this nice book shaped object which is there, and I think it could work really well.
Yeah, yeah. And then you got the Duo.
Yeah,
And the
that's a
first
big
thing that I want to say, it's a Windows Phone that runs Android. But the big thing that they said at this event is they're partnering, not
Yeah.
not anything else. They're partnering with Google
Yeah,
to make this phone.
yeah, which is surprising, definitely surprising. But I mean, if it's a partnership that works and they can streamline it, get out the best out of both sides, then yeah, it could really work well.
And again, it's the same infrastructure, two screens that folds.
Yeah,
And at the same token, you get the best of Windows,
Yeah.
you get the best of Android. And it gives Android a bit more of a footing against Apple, against iOS.
I mean, I think that the device itself is definitely groundbreaking, something new. Personally, I'm not overly convinced due to the fact. I mean, the actual device, open it up, it looks brilliant.
Yeah.
But when you close it down and you want to use it as a phone, it's a bit wide to have it against your head to take a phone call.
Yeah, but then we've got these bigger phones.
Yeah, I mean,
So I guess we'll have to see, but we'll know more come next year. But
Yeah.
I'm definitely excited for it.
I think,
I am going to make the jump. I'm not going to lie. I've
Yeah.
always making the jump from Windows Phone for me and coming down to iOS and Android.
Yeah.
I just missed the Windows Microsoft ecosystem. So
I think they're going in the right direction. Definitely the
Yeah.
right direction.
Yeah.
They're trying something totally new. It looks good. It's got the premium feel to it.
But what's
as well.
really funny is they had this design for a dual screen before the Surface even came out,
Yeah,
and I think that the fact that they actually waited and sat on it is good, because Microsoft have always had a bad habit of releasing something brand new and then it flops and then we
Yeah,
see somebody else
that's
does
true.
it and it's a success. I mean, the first tablet I ever saw was a Windows XP
Yes.
tablet
Yeah,
at
yeah.
university.
I remember the same thing. Them tablet PCs that
Yeah.
used to be around
Yeah,
with the stylus. Yeah, it was.
but
a lot
that
of
was the
people
first
did-
ever tablet.
People used to use them, but they could have refined it and changed it. But I think the culture then was a lot different.
It was
Companies
different.
weren't bringing out.
They were too ahead of the game.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that's where they got caught out.
Yeah, I think they
personally
dropped the
speaking.
ball slightly, but I think now, yeah, I think
So-
now's the way they've got the whole Microsoft, all of their products,
Yeah,
the Surface side of products, and it's worked well. Every year a new iteration, and now it's something they can just continue going. Really,
cool. And then obviously next Tuesday we've got the Google event with the Pixel 4.
yeah.
Rumors about a 5G version.
Yes.
Rumors about a watch.
I'm
We don't know
excited.
what's going on.
I'm excited if they do bring out a watch. What I've heard is it's a watch, but it's a mechanical, still a mechanical face itself, but a lot of features will still be have the smart side of things.
The only thing you would pick up the Google Pixel 4, and we spoke loads about the camera picking up your movement and controlling it without touching the screen,
Yeah.
etc., etc. I think the only big thing here is going to be camera.
Camera, yes, yeah.
That's
Definitely.
the only thing. But it's everything software based.
Yeah, I mean everything else.
I mean,
I mean the whole not being don't have to touch the screen to use it. I mean, there's been iterations of that previously in other devices themselves. That's not a game changer. I think it's not
no,
something
but
that you think
I think,
I want to go out and
I
get that.
think iPhone. I mean, I've been testing several phones whilst I was away on holiday, and the iPhone picture quality is amazing.
It is good.
And I think the only thing that's going to beat that's going to be the Google.
Yeah.
But they've stepped up. I mean, this year's all been about camera.
Yeah, it's definitely
Nothing
been about
else.
camera.
It's nothing about hardware.
I think
really.
now it's just software. This is
Yeah.
iterations that even Apple can. The features are amazing, and what they can do. I mean, they've got the Deep Fusion coming up. I mean,
Yeah.
put that into the software itself, and that'll work amazing. I think now it's just Google. It's just bringing out their software. What can they beat on Apple side of things? And I think we're coming to a point where you're looking at the most minute, fine
Yes, you
details.
are.
That
You are.
when you look at the picture, you're not going to look at it and think, "Wow, this is such a drastic difference." It's just the minor things that are you really going to pick up on it? That's the thing.
Not really.
but the
I mean,
iPhone,
you
yeah.
have to be a nerd really
Yeah.
to go in see it like we do every
for
day.
for professional photographers, yes, they will look at these side of things. But again, you still got Photoshop that you will edit it and change it if you're going to be professional in that way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. So to see how it goes, and then we go to the Galaxy Fold. Now, if you don't follow me on LinkedIn, please do. I've
Yeah.
uploaded a video of possibly what the future is.
it is the future.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I've seen your device.
Yeah.
I've held it in my hand. I've played around with it, and I think it's amazing.
Okay, so what are
I
your
think it's
views?
amazing.
Now, I have the Samsung Fold. I'm going to be biased because I've got it, but I want you to share your
Okay,
views.
my views. Firstly, what I'm going to say is my wife saw the TV advert this morning.
Right?
She saw it, and she said, "What is that? That looks amazing." So straight away, it's gripping.
Yeah.
People look at it, and it stops you in the street. You will look at it, and the fact that she saw the phone on one side,
Yeah.
and then she saw it unfold with the screen, and she said, "That's amazing." And I said, the only thing I said is that is the future.
Yeah.
That is what devices will be. I mean, the fact that you can have everything in the palm of your hand. What I absolutely love, I mean, handling a device that you've got, is the fact that it fits so perfectly. When it's folded,
Yeah.
it fits so perfectly in your hand, and that screen on the outside works so well, so well. And
Obviously,
and I think-
I was saying to you that I use the outside screen a lot more. I love the size of it. That somebody needs to make a phone like that. Funny enough, someone did that yesterday.
Yeah.
They announced that form factor.
Yes,
Long
they did.
phone,
The
small screen,
essential phone.
one-handed, amazing.
And I think that phones now are becoming too wide. They're too hard to hold in your hand. You're gonna drop them. That's why I think it's all a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Companies make them wider so they can charge you more to replace the screen, or when you break it, the back and so forth. Especially Apple, but I think it needs to be fit in your hand perfectly, your palm perfectly, and the
Okay.
Fold does that. The
All
Fold
right.
does that so
And
well.
then, what do you think of it when it was folded out?
That's brilliant. You want to extend that screen. You
Yeah.
want two apps on two separate screens. It works so well. The screen itself, when you're looking at it, it's so bold. It's
Yeah.
crisp. It's perfect in that way. I like it. Unfortunately, the only side of things is like you say, you can scratch it and so forth. But day to day, you can't really feel any difference.
No,
I think.
no, you can't. I mean, the screen is a lot more softer.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is for me watching as I travel when I fold out and watch a video. I think it's a perfect size.
Yeah.
It's not as
It
big
is.
as another tablet. It's not as small as a phone.
Yeah.
But it's a perfect size to watch a video.
I think, to be honest, the next iteration is going to be probably might make it slightly slimmer.
Yeah.
The screen on the outside slightly bit bigger,
Yeah.
and then the camera notch in them on the side a bit thinner, and then hopefully try and make the actual the plastic screen or whatever screen you or glass screen, make it a bit more stronger. I think
Yeah.
those are the other things, but
Yeah.
I think what they've done is absolutely brilliant.
I mean, I don't understand how the screen on the outside folding the other way around is going to work. Hence why they're giving you a sock to put it in.
Yeah,
That model doesn't quite work, but I think Samsung have got it right, making the screen foldable.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing they don't advertise with the Samsung, that it comes with Samsung DeX,
yes,
which allows to turn your mobile phone into a desktop.
yes,
And that's the video that was showing on my LinkedIn page. and
Yeah, I think
I plugged it in. I was able to use the desktop. I was able to remote desktop to my computer,
yeah.
keyboard and mouse,
There you go.
and I'm using it as a daily driver.
I mean, we've said this previously. The future is having one device that you can do everything in your phone coverage, and then use it as a personal laptop. Anything you need.
And plus I have the 5G version. I've got a 5G tariff. The speeds I'm getting are 400 megabits per connection or more.
Yeah,
It's insane.
it definitely is a future, and I can see all companies going down this route. This is the way they should do it now. I mean, we need to define the states of having a phone and a separate iPad,
Yeah.
a tablet, combining them all together with your own laptop, everything combined in one device in your hand.
Yes, yes.
And
And for anybody who works at Microsoft, if you're listening to this, you really need to make sure that when you sell your Duo, that you have desktop functionality
Yes.
on the, just like the Neo, on your Android device. Because they've not said anything. They've not given too much away. But I hope they don't forget that, because if they do, you've already lost that battle.
yeah, I think what they should take is take an example of Samsung Dex. And yeah, they're bringing the
Well, no,
bringing
no,
the
5
Duo,
years ago.
bringing the Duo out.
No,
but
wait.
they should allow that. Yeah, it's got Android when it's a phone.
Yeah.
You plug in a monitor, it becomes Windows.
Yes.
That'll be
But
amazing. Windows 10X.
Yeah. I really like that idea. Now, what's really funny is 5 years ago, and somebody else verified this for you, I was using
Yes.
a Microsoft Lumia 950. It came with a USB small square hub. I plugged my machine, my phone into that, and they had something called Continuum, which is what Dex was.
Yeah.
Again, this is a prime example of Microsoft releasing something way before ahead of its time.
Yeah.
And I used that. I used a remote desktop to a server, or whenever I need to do work. I did all of my work from a mobile phone for 2 years, nearly 2 years, at a company that I worked for. And yeah, like I said, they can vouch. Like, I did all of my work from a mobile phone.
See, yeah.
It was amazing. I loved it, and
The technology was there, refined it slightly a bit more, and it works. It works so well.
yeah. So, but no, I do agree. I think the fold form factor when it's folded is perfect.
I think if you look at phones in general, phones are getting to a point where the iterations between devices there's not much.
Look,
there's not much between even different companies. There's not much iterations.
Look, I've come from a 10s Max and dropped down again from size. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Phones are getting too big and they need to stop it.
Yeah, but I think the fold just works so well.
Yes, it
and
does.
that is the future. That's
That-
what every company needs to now work on this. Microsoft are starting to work on this now as well.
Cool.
Apple, probably a couple more years, they might have something down the road.
Now, talking about 5G, in the UK, they're rolling more out. They're saying BT are rolling out, from what I know.
Yeah, so
which essentially is EE, because they own...
yes, so they're bringing their own side of things as well.
They're going to piggyback off each other.
yeah.
They're going to dominate.
Yeah, of course they will, definitely. And I think the big thing is the home broadband market, because I think BT are now going to combine their mobile and home broadband packages together, so you can have one package that you have essentially everything in. But I think that'll be the big thing. And then
I mean,
we
5G
said it
is
before.
definitely coming now.
Yeah,
It's definitely here. It's growing. I think by end of next year, I reckon, it'll be a lot more prominent.
I think even the end of this year we'll have a lot more clearer understanding of what is coming and
Yeah.
what is out there at the moment. At the moment, there's still patches of yes, this city, that city. I think end of this year we'll have a lot more clarity from different mobile networks.
Well,
and so forth as well.
as I was traveling home, I read into the manual of my fold where the 5G would be bold and it wouldn't be bold, and when it wasn't bold, it meant it was doing 5G on an LTE network, and then when it was bold, it meant it was pure 5G.
Oh, okay.
So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But speeds were still far greater. It was a lot more stable. I mean, yeah, a lot more things are going to be picking up.
I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what it can do, and the fact that we've always still got 4G there, which is good. So
Yeah.
we should still have extremely good speeds. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the competition between the home broadband market as well.
Right.
How these companies gonna try and hold on to the home fiber network.
Yeah.
They need to obviously increase that
They do, and
tenfold, really.
they are slowly. I mean, we're getting there, but we could do better.
But the thing is, at the moment, even when it comes to fibre, is the coverage. A lot of companies haven't got the speeds that they can do. BT have rolled it out, but they haven't rolled it out as quick as Virgin have.
Yeah, I know, but I personally think a lot of these companies are stifling it. I think they've got what they need to do. It's going to be interesting for sure. So connectivity is going to be a big thing.
That could be the case, yeah.
But yeah, loads happening. And then we've got Facebook Portal that's advertising everywhere. And for you that out there who don't know what Facebook Portal is, just imagine an Alexa with a screen that allows you to do WhatsApp video calls. That's the best way that I can describe it to you now.
I think that's something that is a game changer for WhatsApp.
Okay.
The fact that a lot of people do use WhatsApp. I mean, I personally use WhatsApp for phone calls and videos as well. It works brilliant. The fact that you got that in a device that you can do at home now to make the phone calls, I think it works so well. I mean, Alexa uses their own phone
But
calls.
that really caught me off. They don't advertise Alexas on there until you go to the website.
Yeah.
So they've thought about this a different way. I thought maybe they would have come up with their own. But they're not.
They've combined Alexa into it as well, which is brilliant. But the fact that you can use WhatsApp, it comes to a point where what's the point of buying an Alexa from Amazon? I mean, you got an extra feature from Portal.
I know.
You may as well just buy that, and then. I still think there's too many companies, there's too many cooks in the kitchen. There needs to be one combined device that just does it all. Google, Alexa, Portal,
Siri.
WhatsApp.
I mean, but Siri dropped the ball, right?
Siri have definitely dropped the ball.
Apple dropped the ball on that.
That's one thing is shocking. I remember when it came out in 2011, I think it was 2012.
Yeah,
I remember it came out. They could have advanced this so much. They just took a back step.
Yeah, no. They have. But then talking about Apple. In their latest beta, they've leaked some new AirPods that does noise cancellation.
Yeah.
The little toothpick part is now shorter.
Yeah.
From what we see, and it can do noise cancelling. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. My Sony in-ears that do noise cancellation, amazing.
They are good.
It is nearly as good as my over-ears.
Yeah.
And it's phenomenal what you can do.
I've had a play around with these as well, and I think they're great. Even the sound quality.
However, microphone's a little bit rubbish.
Yeah.
But the microphone when you talk through the AirPods are fantastic if you're doing a video call.
Yeah.
So if they can get that with noise cancelling without the long toothpick nonsense, I think they're on again. I think they might actually have a winning pair of earphones coming
does it
forward.
all, yeah, and that's it.
So AirPod 3s. I reckon we're going to get a surprise drop of those at the end of October. Everyone's saying there's going to be no more new Apple devices this year. I don't agree with that. I think they're going to spring a surprise.
Yeah, it could be the case. I think
they're going to do a surprise event in New York or somewhere completely different, and be, hey guys,
we've got this
new equipment. A lot of people are saying I don't think we're going to see new MacBooks.
Yeah, I think they could in that actual keynote and so forth. They could just turn around and give better iterations of the software as well. New features that are coming out. New features are coming out soon.
Now I'm gonna say this outright. Apple have been diabolical with software.
Yeah.
They had iOS 13, followed by 13.1, followed by 13.1.
Within a span of weeks.
Within days, weeks, and it's still broken and bugged. And Catalina has now claimed victims after victims where software don't work.
What I don't like about this is they push it on you so much.
No, do you know what? I was reading into it this morning, and weirdly enough, Apple have been warning people for the past 3 or 4 years, saying they're going to get rid of 32-bit apps.
Yeah,
so now I'm going to blame the developers of why did you not just do it?
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is. It's caused a lot of mayhem. A lot of organizations are going to have problems, because we have a lot of security software and loads of other old school software that'll be 32-bit. Doesn't work on a 64-bit. Why would you not allow backward compatibility with 32-bit?
I know, that's what I don't understand.
Windows
really
does. They haven't got turned around saying you can't use it anymore.
What is the reason why? There's got to be a reason why, but I don't know.
That's a poor choice.
They should have kept it going, but
another exciting news, and I signed up to it yesterday for a free trial. Apple News Plus, they didn't make an announcement, but it's out in the UK.
Oh, is it? Oh, no way.
I saw it yesterday. I'm like, I can now order. That came out of nowhere. But the selection of magazines are a bit dire.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay £10 a month for it.
So yeah, also so Disney Plus.
Yep.
We've had to play around with that. We've tried to sign up to it. They've got a trial period in Netherlands at the moment. We've had some troubles trying to get onto it, but I know I've seen some YouTube videos. People have got into it and seen and been able to watch the Marvel films, Disney films. No new programs at the moment.
Yeah, but I think
hopefully
Apple TV Plus is going to be a big thing now.
Yeah, I think Apple, the pricing structure is brilliant.
Yeah.
I love that, and I think
and that's forced Disney to drop their price now.
yeah.
So I honestly think this is going to be the end of Netflix. The way that they're going, I think Netflix are going to other regions to.
Yeah, they are. They are going into a lot of other regions, trying to boost up their viewing figures and so forth, subscriptions. But they need to change their pricing structure to keep on to it.
It is so expensive when you compare it to the competition now. Like Netflix really need to do something about this.
They are bringing out great shows. And
Yeah,
that's what they're doing.
but I would rather
but
I would rather pay half the price for me to stay on Netflix.
Yeah, of course, 100%. I'll definitely.
I mean, yeah, they really need to sort that out, because I think if they don't sort it out, they are in a lot of trouble because they've got competition.
Disney are bringing out great content, and all the existing programs, superhero shows, and so forth. That's going to be on there.
But then Apple TV have got like these great shows, exclusives that you're not going to get elsewhere, and obviously we're going to get that free for a year.
I mean, personally, I haven't looked at what content they already have. So they've got the new shows they're talking about, but in terms of movies and so forth, is there some movies that are on there that aren't on the other?
I don't know.
I don't know.
They've not said too much about films,
because I know Netflix have got a lot of talks with other studios, and they've got a lot of movies and shows. And
I don't know about movies. That's a very good question.
Apple have got. What old series have they got on there? What old movies have they got on there?
I think it's just TV shows.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any movies part of it.
That's strange.
I don't know. We don't know.
If that's the case, then I sort of understand the actual the pricing structure.
Yeah.
But
I guess we're just going to find out.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
To see.
But then we might see Apple exclusive movies.
Yeah.
That you won't get elsewhere.
Exactly.
So
they've got the money for it.
Yeah, of course they do. Of course they do.
And they can get the great Hollywood.
Amazon needs to pull their finger out. Prime.
Yeah. But their big thing they're bringing out is Lord of the Rings, which I'm excited to see.
Yes.
How long that's going to take? I don't know. It could be another year and a half until it comes out. Really.
True. November, big month for game streaming.
Yes,
Stadia, Google streaming, and we've got Microsoft streaming, game streaming, Nvidia talking about boosting their back end. November is all about streaming games.
It's exciting to see what's coming up now.
Now we'll get to see how strong, good streaming and latency is, because this could change.
I mean, we both signed up for the Microsoft beta as well.
Yeah, I've got Stadia that I've pre-ordered.
Yeah, so we're looking to see what will come out and how good it will work. I mean, Google has stated with Stadia that there should be little to no latency, 4K, 60 frames per second as well. How that works in practice, we still got to see, really.
Yeah,
I'm still waiting for that day, that launch, to see the reviews, to see what everyone was stating.
But if it's good, videos. Like I said, this will change how we do normal using a desktop.
Definitely.
I mean, if they can eliminate latency and stuff like that, then God, like, who needs to have a laptop or a computer when you can just stream it to your screen?
Exactly.
Again, so we talk about all these cool devices. We just need one device that does it all.
Yeah, I mean the next gen consoles that are coming out, Xbox
oh God,
and
PlayStation
the PS5.
5. Have you seen how ugly that looks?
Yeah, I'm not convinced that'll be the final design, but at the moment it looks weird. I don't understand what I said previously. There's that big dip in the middle.
Yeah.
Personally, I think you should be able to put the controllers in there to charge them. That's what if that works, then fair enough. But how it's going to work in your AV structure at home and
people want to stack these items.
Yeah, exactly, stacking. I don't know how it's going to work. And
but I think this is their clever way of saying our device should be on the top of your stack.
Yeah, it looks unique and it works amazing.
And it's going to sound loud.
Yeah, I mean it could be to heat dissipation, fans and so forth.
Yeah, well, of course it will be down to heat, but I don't know. I mean, what's
to wait until the end of next year's releasing?
I know, but then again, if game streaming actually works, what's the point? What is the point?
True. I mean, it all depends on the quality of what game streaming will come out. So it depends on your broadband.
But then-
but come end of next year,
Yeah.
5G is going to be rolling out great.
Yeah.
So it will come to a point where our broadband speeds, hopefully nationally, could be amazing.
Yeah.
So if a streaming is going to give out 4K 6 frames per second on our broadband speed, yeah, you're right. Why do we need these type of consoles?
I don't.
Where the
I don't.
pricing structure is going to be up to what, £1,000?
Well, yeah, it has to
That's
be.
what I've heard.
Yeah, it has to be.
But again,
You know what's really
want-
funny? We're paying more and more and more on hardware. Like, we were able, back in the day, buy a Nokia 3210 for under £150.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about, let's say, Galaxy Fold.
crazy,
It's
isn't it?
it's £2,000.
Not only that, when you look at TVs, I mean, years back I used to work in a big national technology retail place.
Comets.
Yeah,
Good old
Comet.
Comets.
Good old
that-
Comet.
Yeah.
And then we used to sell TVs for £200-300, and they used to last for years. People used to be happy with that. Now it's like every year there's a new functionality. People want to get rid of their £2,000 TVs and buy another £2,500
Whoa,
TV.
no. 2.5.
That's
No. You want to pay 10 grand,
10 grand, yeah, sorry.
£10,000
Then 40
for
grand.
an 8K screen.
Exactly, which you can't use for another 5 years.
Oh,
It's just-
man.
it's-
It is crazy.
Because this
I
world is
mean,
becoming technology mad now. It is.
It is. I mean, I don't remember it being this technology mad for a little while now.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
this is. I think the next 5 years is going to be mind blowing.
Yeah, definitely. And the pricing that people will pay is going to be mind blowing. I mean, technology's taken over our lives. Even our home, technology's taken over. So now everything is driven that way. So you're wanting to spend more and more on this.
Do you know what the next fashion will be? Not to have technology.
It's coming to a point where a lot of people are saying it's time to switch off.
Yeah.
It is time to switch
Yeah,
off.
and obviously we do have a podcast where I talk about switching off and having
Digital
digital
well-being,
well-being. We really need to focus on that now.
Yeah, I think I've seen a lot of advertisements and so forth, even on the TV. This morning I saw it about internet and tablet usage for children.
Oh, it's
How
so out of
it's,
hand.
You need to have a down period. There needs to be a timing structure with kids, and then the advert shows a child lonely in its own room, watching a tablet. It's dark and all they're doing is watching a tablet, and it shows take the tablet away and you have fun time with your family.
Yeah.
You'll have that quality time, which is definitely, this is something that I do with my children. Yeah, my son uses the tablet, not in that extreme way, dark in a room or anything like that. It's always on loud. We can hear what he's hearing,
Right.
seeing what he's seeing, and then it's cut off period, and then it's time to do.
But
family
then
time.
how do you do the cut off? You grab the laptop off him, or do
No,
you use the software?
we give him a time, and we tell him you've got X amount of minutes left.
Right.
This is the timing. As soon as it finishes, you've got to give it back.
But
which
then
he does.
have you considered using the family setting where it
Yes.
just block it?
I have considered that, but I think wait until he's a bit older so he can understand that. Because at the moment he'll probably freak out if it just cuts off. Oh, what's happened? But if we're there in front of him, speaking to him, look, you've got 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
Okay, Daddy, 2 minutes.
Okay.
That's it.
It's,
works.
Yeah. It's
But
it's
you've
gonna be
got
crazy.
at the end of the day, you've got to have that family time. You've got to take kids' minds away from it.
Yeah.
And the big thing that came out recently in the UK, we have Britain's Got Talent, a big show, and they did a 2 minute silence within the whole show to have a time for everyone to speak to each other. They did the silence and they stopped the whole show. Everyone stopped, and they said it's time for you guys at home now to talk to each other.
That's great. Well, no, they did that as part of the mental
Yeah.
well-being, and I
I
think
thought that was great.
no, we need to do more of that. Definitely, even though we do love our tech, we also agree that we need to disconnect. And
Definitely. And the
I hope
fact- I mean-
companies do a lot more to help people disconnect because it is getting out of hand.
And yeah, I mean, again, we could come down to this: how people are not communicating between each other anymore. There's we could spend hours on this whole social interaction as well.
Yeah.
How it's becoming all digital, and now when it comes to face, people the social skills are going as well. But,
yeah, they are. But like I said, we're going to see tech everywhere.
yeah.
I've actually, believe it or not, pre-ordered or bought an order for a self-lacing shoe. yesterday.
Oh, nice.
And
Is
see
it
how
still
that
Nike?
goes.
Sorry, Nike?
Yeah, Nike.
Nike, yeah.
Yeah, let's see how. I think we're going to get tech in clothes. I mean, the one thing that I'm
they've
still
been discussing
waiting
that for
for.
years.
Yeah.
Tech in clothes.
But one thing I'm still waiting for is this Microsoft patent. It is a patent by Microsoft where your body is a Wi-Fi signal. When is that going to happen? They have this patent. What are they working on? Like,
But coming back to that, man, we could start coming back to what we discussed previously. Is these signals all going to hurt us in the end? So maybe
God,
there could be something that they've researched and realized and thought we're not going to bring this out yet.
Yeah.
Not until we can perfect it to a point where it doesn't affect the human body in that way.
yeah. I mean,
We don't know.
But folding. It's all about foldable devices.
That's the future at the moment.
It's all about a phone that turns into a tablet, that turns into a computer. It's the
That's-
very thing that I've been saying for ages. I finally see it. I'm
Yeah.
a happy man.
We've been discussing it for ages as well. It's one device that does it all.
Yeah.
Just
About
like Lord of the
time.
Rings, there's one ring. Yeah. Let's go. One device does it all.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, no. That and stream everything. Like,
Yeah.
wow, it's going to be big. But I think November we're going to see
With the gaming side of
with the
things,
gaming
we
side.
will- we
But
will.
I think it's not about the gaming side that I care so much about. It's the performance.
Performance, yeah.
And if it
definitely
performs the way that it's supposed to perform,
then it's a game changer.
God,
Definitely.
from that point on, I think we're gonna see a lot of things going straight to the cloud and us streaming even more and more.
Yeah, I mean, going to the point where you've just got one controller that you sit in front of your TV. You've got no device or anything. That just
No.
It's an app that goes for your TV, which that we have got currently. The latency isn't great at the moment, but it's all a game changer. Next
Yeah.
few months.
Wow,
That could be it.
it's gonna be crazy. Well, I guess we've got the Google event. We will obviously dissect that and share our views on that Google
Yeah,
event because
Definitely.
I'm sure there's gonna be a lot coming out of that.
Yeah. You never know. Google might bring out their own streaming service. That'd just be crazy. Every
there's
company
too
bringing
much.
out their own. But again, it
too
needs to be
much.
combined. We're talking about the devices. There's too many devices, too many Alexas, Portal, Google Assistant. They just need to talk to each other now. It's going to come to a point. There will be a point where something's going to happen where they need to start talking.
But
to each other.
one has to. Not all of them can survive.
Yeah, definitely. Not.
It's coming to the point. I mean, talking about it, I think the last thing that I really liked is the new Lenovo Android tablet. Is when
Yeah.
you dock it, it turns into an Alexa.
Yeah, which is
I
great.
mean, that's a good idea.
Which is brilliant. And
And Lenovo have done it. Why hasn't anybody else done that?
I mean, when you plug it in, leave it next to your bedside cabinet, and it's an alarm clock and so
Yeah.
forth as well. It's an Alexa. Talk to it, pick it up, use it as you want it in terms of tablet.
I actually remember a long time ago I bought this Homer Simpson alarm clock. It was
Yeah.
just the character of Homer Simpson talking to me.
Those
and
are
now
the
we've
days.
got-
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh,
I remember
God.
the days. I think I had a Mario one. I think it was. Yeah,
Good old days.
that's it. And
Bring it back.
That's it. Yeah. Now you got apps to do that.
Yeah.
Alexa, you can probably use some app that might do it. Google side of things, but yeah, fun
Wow.
times.
Fun times. All right, so that's our episode for this week.
Yep.
If you want to give us feedback, I will put it in the actual description.
Yep.
We have podcast at vibes with a Z. .xyz. Feel free to email us. Also, we've got our website. We're gonna start blogging a bit more on that.
Yeah.
And and I guess we're just gonna keep on doing what we do. We'll keep you informed. Please do check out my LinkedIn page. Just search for Tanoop. You'll find me. You'll see the video of this Samsung Galaxy Fold where I actually showed the phone, tablet, and then
And if
PC
Microsoft are
desktop.
listening or watching, look at that and bring in Android, and then bring in Windows 10.
Yeah.
When you open it up,
I mean,
use it as a laptop.
and listen, Microsoft, if you need a hand, you know where I am.
Yeah, give
You
us a call.
Yeah.
But keep listening. Definitely let us know your feedback.
Yeah.
But
But
keep our views up, guys.
until next time, and we'll promise we won't leave it for so long.
Yeah.
I've been away on a holiday.
Yes.
And
been
stuff,
Busy.
so,
But
yeah.
yeah, no, definitely we will be back now.
Yeah.
Right here.
So thank you very much, and we'll chat to you all soon.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.